an impromptu stop here. So we are live here in Gundwe, right on the road, where the president made a brief stop after the commencement convocation there in Banga City, and the president is here to purchase few vegetables from these marketers here, as you can see. And you can see rejoicing. So be with us.
So how was the protest?
It was fun. It was peaceful. No violence. I was so happy that police never used violence on the citizens. And citizens never used violence on police. But for now, protesters, you know, the protesters continue, as you can see, right? Everybody going. The police is confused. When you are harassing somebody, it will be a disaster.
So what's the message you got to give to other Liberians who share the same thought as you do?
What?
What's the message you got to give to other Liberians who share the same thoughts as you do?
I will tell them, please, I don't need distraction. You have to tell other people they pay with distraction now. I don't need distraction. I will tell them that why you know you can do that, put the phone on the table. If you know that, you're not coming on the table again, you gotta what? Stand on ground to what? Come. You're not coming to use violence, you're not coming to misbehave, you're not coming to express yourself. And what they call protest. You understand me? And all protest is all about freedom. All about peace. Weekie about violence.
Okay, so anybody is a little busy. We cause us to have the biggest tertiary education in Liberia for our children, representing over 300,000 people of Lofa County. Folks, yes, you have it, you heard it, and we're certainly back here again this wonderful Tuesday morning. Seems to be what? And the weather is so quiet, and a trip of rain already started to come. Hope you are prepared with the rain gears. But this is it, and this is where we are. And this is your program, the People's Program, that brings you all of the information at your doorsteps, in your offices, your sick bed, at home, your business center, just wherever. You know, we like to always say to you, it's a pleasure having you taking up your time unusual. It's not easy, but yet you want to get all of the latest from Liberia. So, and you have it only on your breakfast show, The Morning Ride on Cool 91.9, and we on these Hotlines. We on our YouTube channel too. We also on our Cool Radio online as well. Any part of the world, you can follow us Cool 91.9 as well as other Hotlines. But it's good to have you joining the conversation. We walk the walk and talk the talk on this platform, and we do not mission awards because critical analysis, thinking, and opinion views are all respected, and pieces of advice always the government. We are not just here to provide information, but we also help government and institutions and officials of government guide you in the process, that you do not get drunk with absolute power and have some mistake, because your stewardship, you will have to account for it on tomorrow. This is the authoritative voice of truth in Liberia, where truth are told on this platform without apologies, because we do not use the three-letter word. And on some note, that is the crisis, because as usual, I'm Weekie Brooks, Ambassador Var, alongside Andrew Gamoyo, though on the weather not very well, but he's sitting here this morning behind the camera, producing all of the videos and sounds. But you can rest assured that we will speak truth to power without fear, without favor. I'd like to say welcome to all of you again on this wonderful, wonderful day. It promises to be great, stimulative, very thought-provocative, and we will help to shift the paradigm of our the market. The narratives must change, and it has to change, and change now. So we say welcome again to all of you. You know, like there are a lot of things, you know, happening into our country, and government comes, government goes. We want to be grateful as a nation, as a people, and leading to our 178th independence celebration. The government of Liberia have started the dedication of projects that have been completed. What started initiated on the previous government, and another government came in and saw it was prudent to continue with it and being able to complete it and dedicate it, because it's for Liberians, it's for the nation. And what we see on the social media, well, we hear on some of the local media, there are a lot of debates. And some of the debates, Liberians, let's be honest to ourselves, and sometimes leave some of the petty things that will not easily hold water for the growth and development of our country. Like yesterday we're talking about, we go into 178. We're still speaking about unity, but yet we are divided in our comments, we are divided in our actions, we are divided in our thoughts, and we see Liberia as the lower picture, and our individual egos and egocentric behavior as the bigger picture over the country. Difficult to have people who will show patriotism, nationalism, and pledging allegiance to the country, but rather pledging allegiance to political actors, pledging allegiance to political parties. That you cannot even protect your family, but you're ready to protect one party. You're willing to die for somebody who you think is your leader, but you cannot even get sick for your child, your children, even if they did not eat yesterday. You are not concerned about that. You're thinking about how to wake up this morning and move to your party headquarters, to move to your political leader homes and other places. Some of you voluntarily, you leave your homes and go to serve God and protect your leaders who are in fences, very high up, and your family sleep somewhere that maybe somebody can walk and just step the door and enter. You are not concerned about that. You place your life at a low key and place your political leader lives very high, that it should be protected at all times. Yes. But you can't do it to the detriment of yourselves. What's the big deal that we will be fighting among ourselves? Talking about who started this, who finished it, why somebody is not called. Look, what being dedicated in the past by the previous government, from LNTL to former president, we had to current president, Weekie. These things are for Liberians and for the country. Those things, they're dying not into it. We will appreciate them for completing these things, for negotiating and seeing the need of the people that they are leading. are in dire needs of some of these things. So when you people, sometimes you hear people say, you don't tell the baby mother thank you for breastfeeding the baby. That's a full responsibility. But sometimes we must be able to be appreciated. And you listen to the vice president mentioning and in chronological order telling us about how the entire process started. From the days to at the latter stages of Ellen Johnson regime, to that of the former president George Weah, who also, you see, they were able to pass the torch from one person to another. If we start to do these things, let us take politics out of these things. These last three leaders, the past two presidents and the current president, all of them must be commended highly for being thoughtful and were able to see the end of that journey. That today we can sit back and say, yes, we have our kids, our relatives, our friends, other Liberians and foreign residents in this part of Liberia can have access to a modern structure and provide quality education to our next generation. And we can attract qualified, competent teachers. And we all should be asking national government this time around. We need more of these things. That should be the focus. And not people claiming glory. It don't make sense so easily. Whether somebody appreciated you or did not, it's still, history has it still. And it's good that some of us will start and listen to the joy. And we want to encourage the government to go and look at some of these things that started from the regime of former President Ellen Johnson Lee to that of former President George Weah. That is, you think that is so much needed for now in our country. What we saw in Ganta or in Nimba in Bong County, we want to see these things in River G, River 6, Bampolu, Cape Mount, Grand Bassa. When we decentralize these infrastructure meant to develop the minds of our people, and when the minds are developed, fully equipped, Liberia gets developed. So we should be opting for this. You serving as superintendent. You serving as city mayors. You serving as commissioners. Clergy. These are things you sit back and look and say, okay, next year, July 26th, our laudable government will have a blueprint drafted and see whether we can have a structure to dedicate to maybe a modern clinic. And you have seen, or you notice that kids in the township, maybe you got 2-3 villages around, and those 2-3 villages, you just got maybe one little school there. You look at the school. You sit with the county education officer. You sit with the DOs. Sit with the minister of education. And say, look, these are the pressing needs for the people in the district right now. We notice that they walk long distances for the kids to get to school or to seek medical attention. We can strategically place this one that will connect this town, this village, much easier. And one recommendation I will give government, those schools that we have seen, those structures are so attractive, very nice, very accommodated. We need the maintenance aspect. The government needs to see means, the Minister of Education, County Authority, the maintenance, GSA, the maintenance of these structures that we are dedicating, that we dedicated in the past, some of them today. We attended the ceremonies. Since we left, we have not gone back. It was just because of the pageantries. We are happy to see these things. But these structures will last all for many years to come. We still see Tupman High here, right? G. Gibson, Lipo, and other top government schools, Lango Lepe and Kakata. And you name all of the different multilateral institutions in our country. Now, we must be able to maintain these things. That should be the focus. And you take the political aspect out of it. Because even if today you claim that nobody wants to recognize of your contribution, tomorrow you just don't know that you will return to power. So because you were not recognized, are you going to say that structure, we initiated the process, and when those people took over, completed it, we were never recognized. Let them come. That's just how we've been operating in this country. See, whatever call it people. And these are just reality in Liberia. Except you want to be fake and deceptive to yourself. That's just how a lot of us treat this country. Once we are not there, once people do not mention your name, but yet they say people will have that history and know exactly the role, the contribution, the effort we apply. So let's see this as a united front to achieve more. Because this government, all of what she's dedicating, if she leaves power tomorrow, she's not going to take it. She can't own it. These things for the people. Whoever comes in, we have to understand. So let's see the bigger picture and be appreciative and continue to keep government feet to the fire. Let us maintain these structures. Maintaining should be the hallmark of how long these things exist. So we need to look at all of these things as a nation and people, that we do not get it wrong with a wrong footing and just with the focus, but because we want to see, nobody can call your name, so or somebody can call political party name, nobody want to recognize it. We know all of these things sometimes are not good. We should learn to appreciate people. We should learn to recognize whatever little effort somebody apply. It brings joy, it brings unity. And one other advice we have for government, whether be it this government or the next government. What happened here? When government build or our international partners or we secure funding for such structures that we see around now, it should also be prudent that government sit. There are people who went abroad. They study international development. They did developmental studies. Government can secure land around there because they see how modern, spacious, and start to build housing units for teachers and support staff. That can even help them to save money. To what they will not be worried. People with bigger family, yeah, they can have 2 rooms, apartment. A man with just probably his wife or just a kid or his spouse, 1 little apartment that we see in some of the barracks around, based on their position or whatever. And you notice that there are a lot of things you take off their shoulders. So if the man is teaching, he will not worry about paying rent. He's there until probably government, replace him or transfer him. And when we start building these things and doing these things, it cut down costs. We need to look around. Look at KRTTI in Kakata. When we start to apply these things, You notice that people, the money that you work for, you will see the worth of it. But if the money not plenty, in that money, that man has transportation, feeding. If you don't have your own house, you have to pay rent. You talk about medication and looking good as well. So when we start to think about some of these things, we expect people to sit down and recommend some of these things to the national government. That you will see the effect in them and the focus and productivity and the results coming from these institutions, because the teachers, the support staff, the principal, the vice principal, all of the various administrators right around it, with electricity, running water. You have a clinic that will attend to the students as well as the teachers. Even some of the family who got their own, some of the folks who got their own houses, it will still save them, because maybe over the weekend you can go back to see your family, or they can come work to you. Sometimes you might not even touch your money, your salary and other benefits, want to hit the banks, you might not even touch it for months, because you already got shelter, you got electricity, what energy supply, whether it be from the generator or solar panel or LEC whatsoever. But you are not worried about that, because all of those things inclusive, that some of the taxes they are cutting, but you having a direct benefit of it. When we start to think and do these things, there are a whole lot. The same with the police. The same with our medical staff. Once you start to do these things, there are a whole lot of people going to save. And you will see a lot of improvement in all of these sectors. Liberia are not being able to develop in a long period of time, because most often, almost all of what we generate, our national revenue, always recurring expenditure, going to salary. What is left? Just little. And you cannot get all the kind of infrastructure that we want. We celebrating these things, yes. Look, Liberia, with the resources that we have in this country, we don't easily or just needy kind of money running to World Bank, going to IMF for 40, 30, 50 million. We can get these things if we have the right people with the right mind in the right positions. We can have these things done. We can have these things done. But if we politicize all of these things, it's difficult. And government, you don't need to respond to people in the opposition right now who will say, oh, they just passed around dedicated projects that we initiated. Keep the focus and get the job done. Because our officials of government most often got the tendency that when they don't speak, people think something wrong with them. And sometimes the utterances in defending something at times cause problems for the regime that you support. You might just say something that you have no knowledge of, and people will take up all of the time to make clarity. And sometimes it do a lot of damage. So let's see what is happening. We want to say thank you to the former president, Natl Ali. Thank to former President George Weah. Thank to the regime honored President Joseph Yiman Parker. You all school a goal intended to benefit Liberians. You have seen the need, but we all should to do more. We all should to do more, that Liberians will continue to look back. Because these structures, I was told when you are alive, people picture you. They watch all of your dealings. When you die, people remember you for two things: why you are alive, problem you caused that you could not solve, and problem you solve while still alive. Because there are some problem people cause for this country. The dead and gone, we're still struggling to resolve the problems. And we don't need to keep repeating these things. Today we are benefiting from some of the infrastructure through the initiative of other past leaders. Other leaders who were proactive, creative, saw the need. Sometimes development comes with pain. We saw that with the ministerial complex. Madam former President Ellen Johnson said we were booted, castigated, turned, and called all sorts of names when we had a defense ministry that was under construction before the war in Liberia. And after that, people said too many money, we've been spending it, we needed to complete it and put the ministry over there. And she said, no, we can break this thing down. And this will save government a whole lot. Start with the Chinese government and other partners and say, well, let's get this thing done. We want to see how there's that big a ministerial complex that will host ministries and agencies. And everybody had problems. When the project started, when the design for it was being put up, everybody, oh, what is it? Today, we are saving millions of dollars over the years for rental fees. We're renting people private homes for ministry and agency. So today, some of the ministry and agencies that are currently, operating at the ministerial complex, it is a boost that we can save some money for ourselves and divert it somewhere meaningful that we don't have to go and borrow money. At times, let us stop being too quick to jump to conclusion when people are initiating projects. Watch and see. Watch the entire process. Look at some of the missteps. Then you cut the law. Because you yourself tomorrow, you just don't know whether you get into a position that you will have a sober reflection and review some of these things and say, no, when I was here, I think what the people did on the other side were quite different from what I'm about to do. I think I can take some things from there for what they did for me or what they did for us, and we can take clue from there that we don't repeat the mistakes that we had just the other time. So let's do it in a way that will be beneficial to other folks. Then you notice that we can do these things, it is so better for us. Because we want to see more of these things, and we want to see, okay, come to think about it. You got folks who come from the Southeast to get their own document, national document, passport, driver licenses, citizen identification card, birth certificate, and you just leave the rest. If we try to decentralize and be truthful to it, we will save our poor struggling nurses some money to do something next. You don't have to get in the ego and spend thousands of bucks to come to Monrovia and go to the foreign ministry for passport. Once the service center is well being placed today, you can have a much shorter distance that is not costly and get your document. We say kudos to government, kudos to whoever. We've been thoughtful and strategic, and those ideas were bought, and we wait for the fruition now and full implementation that we do. We should also not see it as a means to exploit our people. You should look at it as a means of or service to the people that they deserve, is entitled to it. The cash hub in River G, helping other commercial banks, that they don't have to wait, go to Bon County or come to Monrovia and all of these things. We are gradually getting there. So we all can do it together. Don't make no mistake, we can do it together. Liberia is gradually getting there. So I'd like to say to all of you, thanks for joining us as usual. And it's good to have you with the conversation. I will take this short break and just be right back. This wonderful, wonderful morning on this edition of the Morning Ride, folks. So we'd like to say welcome again. Welcome.
Journalists, the way I tired. The whole meeting finish, I get tired. Drink and me go see people. That's a game around people. People can be go, you get tired. Everything finished.
So how was the protest?
It was fun. It was peaceful. No violence. I was so happy that police never used violence on the citizens. And citizens never use violence on police. But for now, protest now, the protest continue, as you can see, right? Everybody going. The police is confused. When they are harassing somebody, it will be a disaster.
So what's the message you got to give to other Liberians who share the same thought as you do?
What?
What's the message you got to give to other Liberians who share the same thoughts as you do?
I will tell them, please, I don't need distraction. You have to know about people, they pay with distraction now. I don't need distraction. I will tell them that why you know you can do that, put the phone on the table. If you know that, you're not coming on the table, you gotta what? Stand on ground to what? Come. You're not coming to use violence, you're not coming to misbehave, you're not coming to express yourself. That's what they call protest. You understand me? All protest is all about freedom. All about peace. We don't care about violence. Since you've been here, you saw anybody using violence? You came here for, excuse me, they had a microphone for me. That fuck I'm saying, my mother microphone for myself. So banana, oh, I get a shit.
Along with my caucus members, they are all here. If not all seven, please stay calling if you are here.
Okay, so we'd like to say welcome back again this morning on this edition of the morning.
You are ready to take this to God is true, we give you to dedicate this
About
month.
all of these things currently happening in Liberia, but this is where we are, and this is our Lord, and this is a country that we so much love, and it's good to see us talking about Liberia. So thanks to the government and other partners who have been able over a period of time to support us. We hope that we can maintain these structures and that we can pass it on to the next government and next person, the next person, the next person, and to the benefit of our country. We don't want to say, oh. And one of the things, once we are maintaining these things, we will not have to see a new government come to power when they do some renovations and they go to rededicate. They focus our attention on dedicating projects that are fully completed, that you met or you initiated and completed it before even leaving. It's good. Because under all of the redelegations and all the kind of thing, it still requires some funds. Taxpayer money got to be used in the process and all these things. So we say good morning. You know, like I said yesterday, we're going to talk about this thing a whole lot because it's seriously affecting our society. This issue of drugs. We wake up in the morning and we hear this person was caught, or these individuals were caught in trafficking drugs. They were caught in the sale of drugs. They control substances that is harmful to the society. And we got laws on the book that we must be able to implement. And if you look at the size of our country, the population, we should be bracing ourselves that we can control these things. If other powerful nations around the world with huge population, very close to billions, something like billion, millions, to some level being able to control these things with tougher laws, harsh penalties, and we here overlooking them. What happens if Liberia reaches 10 million in population, 15 million, when we can control 5.2 million? We see this thing creeping on us. People are so brave walking to this country, bringing drugs worth millions of Liberian dollars, millions of United States dollars. And we just watch these things and we know that the drug law will pass, not biddable. Not biddable. Once you are caught with it, nobody can bail you. You face the full weight of the law. But we will, this person was arrested, and after the public eyes are taken off it, smuggle them out at times. Reportedly, there are a lot of information. Just imagine, we pass the drug law in this country that says that cultivation to even grow it, you say, yeah, we'll grow it, the marijuana or whatever, and manufacture to import you know, to have it imported in Liberia, importation, export, to even take it out of Liberia, trafficking and sale of the controlled drugs and substances, non-billable offenses. In fact, they say that felonies. So the lawmaker consider these offenses first-degree felonies. And the Senate also went on to adopt a conference committee seeking to enact the law to amend Chapter 14 of the new Penal Code Law of Liberia. So why are we having these things not billable, but yet we still having people outside, people walking? Look, Liberia only need, this country, Liberia needs to just read on some of the countries in the world that these things, they don't take it lightly. You know, for us, we signed a treaty, no death penalty no longer in Liberia. So we don't encourage that. But it's talk about, the community to less sentence. I mean, you would be behind bars until you die. But probably looking at the length of time, maybe based on good behavior or whatever, maybe luck will be your way, Like Malaysia. In Malaysia, the Southeast Asian country, the people don't even think about North Korea. North Korea, that's why more people don't travel there so easily. Because it's a country almost in darkness in terms of people wanting to know what sort of information coming out of that country. So foreigners will travel into the country, like North Korea and other countries, they are placed on a strict restriction. They don't compromise any misstep. In Malaysia, those who sell drugs, the people who sell it, they traffic it, they bring it, they give it to you. You just dealing for somebody. Like Max Dolo, who was caught at the Roberts International Airport sometime last week with a huge quantity of cocaine, like bringing it, you trafficking it already, that one are death. No if and end about it in Malaysia. Death. So once you get yourself involved in the such, you are fully aware of the penalty, the risks you're taking, meaning you have put your life on the line. If you are caught, you just call your creator and say, I'm coming home. No marry my dad, no marry my dad. When you are caught, you wave goodbye to your family. Places in North Korea, just the test form in you that they may consume or you are caught with it. They send you at a high level camp. And what they do that to you, when they send you there, you got no access to friends. You got no access to your relatives. Don't even think about having access to television. The time the people will decide to feed you, they don't want to feed you. You will work from morning to night probably. You die there, yeah, that's it. So people are very afraid to. And look at the population that we get. Look at kind of just like kind of 100 million. For a population size like this, you see. So what people do in Malaysia, those who sell drugs can be punished with death just for having drugs in your possession. You can be fined, jailed, or deported. Driving drunk also is punished harshly in Malaysia. Death for you driving drunk. You get punished for these things. So people are very careful how they do these things. Take for instance in China, if you are caught with drugs, you will be forced to go to a term rehab, drugs rehab. in a facility run by the government. Then they also got, looking at the crime, they also got penalty for execution. Maybe you just start using it, they can collect you, carry you to the rehab, you know, and tox you out, have you rehabilitated. But if the people see you as somebody who already dealing it, very experienced, now don't waste your time, they kill you. Because they don't want the next generation to see that this is the way. Because you come back to Liberia, some of the lavish life you see people living around here because of drugs. And drugs, they don't tell them like I play money. Drugs have nothing to do with check. In the typical Liberian term, right down, right back. So you see Miss Dodo who are caught. Now, what's our agreement? You trafficking it, you transporting it from one destination to another. How much, you know, she might be saying to us that no, you know, I you know, betrayed or misled by a long-time friend who just asked me to take the suitcase, and I didn't know what was in our fire concern were clothes. I didn't know what was there. And we are getting reports. Reportedly that she has lived some very expensive life. She drives expensive car. The one legal person was telling me behind the scene after the discussion yesterday, said, look, these people had said, look, that makeup story, that normal routine, it's just that she was caught in the process. Well, it could be true. Like on yesterday, when the former immigration boss called on the show, who was an avid listener of this station, Honorable John Stewart, John Smart, Honorable Smart, he said, there are countries, there are other places, when you are caught trafficking it, the vehicle, they will sell the vehicle. Nobody wants to know who owns it. They sell it. And the money will go to community services or go in government account to see how best they can. Even divert the funds to some rehab to be used, and you go to jail. Whatever that is seized over there can never be given back. You see? Like in Vienna, drugs crime are taken very seriously. If you are arrested with more than 1.3 pounds of heroin, you will automatically be killed. You jump in the air, come down, they're killing you. Once you are caught, your family will cry. You take control of Iran. Iran has nothing like tolerance when it comes to criminal offenses in general, whether that drugs or Iran. There are some things you can try. You will be dealt with. Yeah. Because they don't produce anything of such in our country. Most of them come from Afghanistan. So government needs to beef up. We see our mothers are preparing for August 7th, calling government attention again. We are struggling a whole lot to get a lot of things fixed. Since after the Civil War, we're struggling with corruption. And some of the corrupt money end up in doing some of these things. And destroying generation and generation and generation. You wake up in the morning. That's why we are saying to national government, we need more money for public education. LD, more money for public education. Some of the civil society groupings, student groupings, some of you student-based organization. Some of the effort you can apply in burning tire, blocking road, you can even use it. You take up your time, do some voluntary services. Go to some of the public school, private school. Read on, tell the kids how dangerous it is to get involved into these things, to sell these things, to traffic it, transport, to consume it. When the education starts to resonate well, at the early stages, people will make informed decisions that no, I can't go this way because if I do, I know exactly what will affect me. But if we allow the issue of 3-4 generations to be, in the habit of the controlled substances into the body, government will find it difficult to lead. No matter what kind of government comes to power. If you will go and see 2/3 of your population that have succumbed to harmful substances, drug abuse, the addiction, you will have a brain drain in the country. Because some of the very astute and brilliant next to leaders for tomorrow are all in the graveyards. They own the market kitchens, people on finished buildings. And you try to see these things. And we need our state security to be properly trained, and we need the logistics. We kind of electronic gadgets that can detect. But we cannot just fight by protest. We cannot fight by just talking. We have, look, this thing is expensive. The people who are into it, they play with physical catch on a daily basis. And to be honest, the guys who normally go to rainy places, when they go to somebody ghettos or somebody homes, when they get an intel about this person is dealing, when they get there, the first thing they're looking for catch. We are told reportedly at times from some of the officers when they go to raid so many places, they are leaving on mattresses, looking all under the bed because sometimes they just have the money there. Thousands of Liberian dollars, thousands of US dollars, millions of Liberian dollars. And you find the guys there put it all in the pockets before they even start the real process. Taking cell phones and all of these things. These people are used. Sometimes knowing it or unknowing it. You got one man lives in a community, he's not working, you know. But you see the kind of car he or she drives. Without saying that some of these people, yes, they got support from outside. But at times, we need to keep our eyes on these people too. You do some background investigation. Sometimes you notice that almost every Saturday, there's a party. What's the source of income? And we just assume in other countries they keep surveillance on you. Want to know your income. State security, intelligence, NSA, but you find people, almost all of them, they go for the money. They don't go to implement the thing. So anybody feel bad, that's just the reality. A lot of you contributing to what we're going through today. You find one man with one tightly shop. He say he's selling hair. He's selling charger. He's selling a cell phone. But he drives a Mercedes-Benz. He drives BMW. So when 4 or 5 customers will come there. Some of these smaller drugstores, you go on the shelves, you see 3 or 4 cups or tablet. We know so many things. That's why we don't keep it a secret. And some of you state security, you fall in the know of that. You know exactly what I'm saying this morning. Some of you Saturday that pay day for you. Some of you are, you even see it as the main source of income. Then even the salary you work for. Some of you who are into the very details. County commander, LD. So now after 1-2 months, we see your cards. You're building houses. Why the future of the next generation get damaged? Because you want to be the man, to be seen, yeah, when I was in this position, I ended today, why I got. How did he get it? They made you county commander. As soon as you arrive in the county, the guys will put the team together to welcome you. Say, Chief, all of the top dealers, they go to welcome you. And everybody taking the golden handshake. And they will break everything down to you, because the first thing, you got somebody who will be able to give you the full detail. Tell you, Chief, I can tell you all the top money. When you work with them, Chief, trust me, he says when you bill us. You know how we know how to sell evil things in Liberia. We know how to, manipulate the minds of our leaders, even when they have good intent. And especially if they are very weak and lack integrity, they fall for these things in split second. You just make you county commander, you move into one county before you make a man. The same day you there, the next day, you're meeting at one nearby entertainment center, you're ended up when you walk, you go home, you have never seen 5,000 United States dollars before. The people just welcome you, 5,000, they will tap drugs dealers. You say, what? Even to the extent that when the officers go out to raid, you get problem why the person had to go to this place. Like your eating spot, like where you say a trap. So it gets difficult. How can people be voluntary to sell drugs? You put somebody, you pay the man, he says the man are voluntary. That the man goes somewhere where he knows he's not on government salary, and encounters somebody with one of the bound substances, and the man tells him, "Man, let me go." The man is he's not expecting anything at the end of the month except for the operations that he normally goes on. He said, "But then, man, that's not a far boy yet. $500 You have never handled $500 at once in your life. So yeah, you got in your hand. You had like one copper seat on the stove to receive it. Sometimes you even show the man a shovel to pass it. And you people will exchange number. Sometimes these dedicated agents, the officers from the LDA, when they want to go to raid some places, some of you bosses, you take the telephone, you call. So these people say, "Man, there will be operation tomorrow, so I beg you, don't be around that area. Relocate, change location, when finish it, you can come back." Because at times, we also have to take into consideration to national government. What we pay these people cannot allow us to fight drugs. It's just going to take the grace of God to have these people patriotic and nationalistic. You can pay a man $100 with 5,000 or 10,000 Liberian dollar over him and send him to go raid somebody who has 50 to 100,000 United States dollars or 500,000 Liberian dollars worth of drugs. Just know you put food on that man's table for weeks. Or you just establish a link that he knows will feed him for the next couple of months once he stays around. Because if he gets there, the folks will go and raid these places. They will bring these things. They will bring the exhibits. You see all these things. But yet, you will give it right back to those people, or and resell it on the market to another person. You got folks in the police who also protecting some of these people who are dealing drugs. You got folks in the military who are doing these things. With our state security, because of the low salary, they succumb, some of them, to some of these things. They escort. People will say, you know, we have heard many of these stories. Some of them, they are testimonies to us. Spare tires of vehicle, drugs in it. The people at the checkpoint don't have the kind of logistics or the technical know-how or the equipment to make sure that some of these tires should be searched. See, the man get one spare tire, he look at it, just look at the car, say, what you carrying? Oh, I plenty of spare tire. See, what is that? You find one man sit to the door. One woman coming from Grand Crew, sign of Maryland, River G, River Sets, Bapolo, Cape Rock, Bonnie. Or one man will go to the officer. So I was like, I want to talk to you. And some of you officers, you know the thing I'm talking, you have done it before. No makeup something yet. And say, look, okay, I want you. We're coming from Granger that when you got something, I got my stuff, I carry them on the road. And when you just sit down in a car, that this vehicle will not be searched. Once we reach to the designated area that we're supposed to reach, I give you $100,000 catch. I'll give you your 50,000. Sometimes it's in 2 ways. They will give 50,000 upfront or 100,000 upfront. Upon reaching the designated area, they give you your balance. And you see it now as a business. Because you sit there in the car, put the arm outside with the bird flare. When you reach to the checkpoint, your colleagues there, the airport say, you're all standing. You say, take care of on. So my man, I'm in the car, you know, I can be in the car and suddenly be there. Because but in other countries, what are you? Officers sitting in the car. No day respect to you. When it requires searching, they will search that car. Not your presence will deter the people from searching. They will not compromise your presence. And once you sit in that car as officer, and the car is searched, drugs is discovered, you will face the full weight of the law because you should be sensible as officer, be able to know what on those vehicles are you moving with. The very car seats, they will take it all, place it all in it, put it back because we don't have anything to detect. You just load the car there. What do you have? So it's just easy to traffic drugs in Liberia and transport it from one destination to another. Some of the kids, you live in a community, some of them don't even know. Ignorant of some of these things because the education is not there. Because it's my big gun. Carry the bag to Dugo Junction. One man will be standing there waiting for you. So that social dates, empty days are all that closing the bag, yeah, they carry it. Carry, come back, get something for you, or you go there, the man will pay or wait for you to come back. You carry, you receive it. You don't even know what you took there. The guys are learning every single day. Learning every single day. They're watching some of these things around the world. How people are transporting drugs. And it's killing our people. People going to jail in other countries for 20, 30 years. Their homes are sold. Those who are living behind become homeless. Because you destroy other families. So the law will tell you that then we will have to tear your family apart. We'll destroy you too. So when you build your houses on drugs, so when you left out, you got to this supporting it based on drugs. You state security, you're protecting somebody who's damaging the next generation. You drive escort car at the Roberts International Airport and say this is a presidential guest. Nobody search you. You take the vehicle all the way to the terminal with suitcases, put all in it, and drive out. Take that person somewhere very safe and comfortable. While you're running at end users, those who are trafficking, transporting, you are leaving them. Because those are the people to have the focus on. Because the guys who are in the cemeteries, in the ghettos, under the market kitchen, unfinished buildings, once they do not see it, they will not consume it. Once they get on the market, they will consume it. So until we can know and target these people who are trafficking these things, and not the end users, you run behind and take them. You take their telephone and other things for them. You carry them to some of the holding cells. After 2-3 days, release them, they go back. But those who are bringing it, you are protecting them. Some of you got the listing. You know when this person coming to the country. And you know exactly the consignment they bring in. You go to wait for that. Yeah. You see somebody, women that come with a big hair tie at the time, and say, oh yeah, look at the woman hair tie. Some of these things for being such. Some of these things must be terribly such. And it is the time that government try to liaise with other partners. Some of the agreement that we sign in deconstruction, all of these things. We need to get involved and put some of these recommendations or some of the requests on the table. Let the resources of the country work for the people. Okay, you say you want steel, John, metal steel. This is the agreement. We want a modern equipment, very sophisticated, at the Roberts International Airport that can detect. We want an advanced lab. Building labs are a port of entrance, water to the free port, those entry points. Various bullets. Those are common things to request for. But we take all the energy of being in the streets, say we're going to protest for this, we're going to protest for that. To the extent people protesting, somebody brave to be steady and money, people say the reason they protesting because government cracking down too hard on them because during the other regimes to say drugs, nothing, so that. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Some of the folks in the country, the lavish lifestyle they live in, just for it. Some of the managers sitting home, they're on the telephone, telling you, yeah, man, so when the thing coming? Okay, the consignment will be around. Me call one of my CMA in the police. Me call one of my CMA in the EPS. Let me call somebody NSA. Let me call this person from the Army, from FDA. They make a telephone call that there's a presidential guest or a VIP guest in the country, and we have come to pick up the guest. You go there with serene at times. Government needs to get serious on this fight. We are gradually losing it. We are gradually losing it. We can't just keep talking about these things. We happy when we're reading these things from other countries. Places like Saudi Arabia, that was almost the penalty that I get death. So when you prepare to die, get involved into it. Like Singapore, the police will assume that you are selling drugs if you are caught with just small amount, when they don't convict you, they kill you. For us, we don't have such here. But we have a law that forbids you being billed. It's not billable. You'll be there until we try you. If you're not guilty, then you go. Nobody will go and say, oh yeah, that's my client. I come here to bill the person. And sometimes our legal system will know these things are non-billable, but because of the cash are available, they'll say, yeah, we'll tell the man over to the lawyer. Tell one man over to his lawyer. We know everybody entitled to that, but that's non-billable crime. Follow me. That's what. You stay there, the day they carry you for trial, your lawyer will defend you there. Sometimes they build these people, known for it where it's illegal, outside of the law. These people were scorned. They can't find a man. Then our lawyer again, he jump, he look for another new person to be, loyal to that person. And they get the money. People who are thoroughly, you must do proper background check before you recruit. People who will be defending, people who are erecting the necessary checkpoints to curtail the issue of illicit drugs across the country. Illegal drugs, controlled substances. Check the background. Look at some of the crimes that are committed. You find somebody deported from America, you even won't know because it's the man can speak to you. Overnight, you wake up once more the main DEA. Somebody who will be charged for burglary, drug trafficking, armed robbery, rape, will serve prison time, sophisticated conflicts. When these people can manage to get these things done there. Come to think about Liberia. Well, almost all of the things that people finish with, we're just starting to use it. We still fighting to reach to a certain level when it comes to the digital age. So you imagine having somebody like that into your system. You bury him, no check. And I would say something the other day to one immigration officer. Sometimes our immigration people they don't do well for this country. People, Liberians who committed crimes in other countries, when these people are deported, the public are never informed. Educations are not provided. They will not provide the level of education so easily. Going into communities. These people are sent just in the community without keeping surveillance on them. Sometimes they say you will report 1 or 2 thousand men, amen. And the man or the family finish signing for him. You don't even know who you lead, who you turning to the community people. What crime? Those people should go on counseling. Those people should be rehabilitated before being reintegrated into society. And the community should know. You get sex offender. Somebody will rape young people. But this person, you get a person after serving some time. When people are deported, you bring them to the country. The next thing, you just allow these people into the community. Nobody got any history on these people. And these things continue to reveal itself. And we're finding it difficult. Mothers. There are folks in this country, single parent. They are from family. The man is what the guy with one single child. And that's what God blessed them with. And today, all of the dreams, the hopes, the future They have all played for the kids, gradually dying within them. Families are grieving. People crying. You're watching your kid that you took all of the time with abandoned, comfortable homes, and they are into the streets. They're sleeping in the cemetery. Peer pressure. And that's why we asking national government, we should not just be talking these things. We must be taking these things to schools, to churches, to the mosques, to the community. It is a collective fight. This is not a political fight. This is not where people go to school goals. Almost all of the families in this country are affected. You got some friends. His or her brother are falling prey to it already. And you got all of these things happening. Then people that we expect to make sure that these things do not happen. We understand it would not be 100%, but we need to curtail it to a level that people do not see how easy it is to do it and walk around. We can have a law that tells you you cannot build this person for this crime until this person is fully persecuted, acquitted, or convicted. But we'll still go and somebody because of the catch. The issue of money, to the extent we have destroyed this country and keep destroying this country. Our pastors, imam, the pulpit, and other places will never talk about the issue of drugs so easily. The church have a role to play. The malls have a role to play. The schools have a role to play. Some of the students, they spend more time in schools than they spend at home. And the administrators, school administrations, do not take the time to put effort. Sometimes educate the people. Some of you claim to be intellectuals. You wouldn't know how to discuss politics. You wouldn't know how to say the other person can speak. The voice by the other people. You start to compare people and do contracts. But what are you doing? Do you know that 2-3% on a Saturday, you can walk in a community and see some young guys sitting together and talk to them? You know what impact? Sometimes you overlook a smile. Some people just want to smile. They turn their life around. What will you be remembered for tomorrow? For me, I want to be remembered that when I was on earth, I spoke the truth. I've never marketed my integrity. If I go to the ground pool, if I return to, but look, my children, doors will be open just by the mention of my name.
Return to your creator.
Yeah. Doors will be open just for the mention of my name.
You know, Ambassador, every time here we say we can't do it 100%. But like the former president said, if your dream cannot scare you, your dream is not big enough. That is former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Former President Charles Taylor said, think big. Why are we all limiting our thinking? Everything we want to do, we say we can't do it 100%. And it have killed us in this country. And listen, I want to pick bone with the women of this country. I want to protest. On a very serious note. Thank God I'm wet. It's good. I want to pick serious bone with them. Aren't they seeing women are being the champion of drug distribution in this country? See the latest report from the LDEA. Women from counties to counties are the ones trading drugs, are the ones being arrested with drugs. Imagine the farm that was cultivated in Lofa County was a lady. The woman is 1,000,000 worth of drugs. It was a woman. Young girls, women are involved in this process. And I think women, they should see themselves peculiar in this fight. They are crying for their children. Why there are other women on the other and undermining their efforts? They need to speak to them. We need to do something. I said something, and if cannot take it, will be a reality. President Boga, if you don't stamp your presence on the drug thing, people will say tomorrow that USA was smoking. USA was taking drugs. And it will take you the remainder of the days on earth to defend and clarify that. I don't think that's the purpose of which you think you want to be the leader of this country. drugs is having an indelible mark on our society. The ambassador said in other countries, they put you on firing squad. But it's good that we're not putting people on firing squad. We're not hanging people. We're not putting people in helicopter and throwing them down. But there are laws on the book. What are we doing with these laws? That's why we applied the code recently when the peaceability issue that came up. Sentenced 4 years, and they said he had several days or months already in prison while the trial was on. Yes. Even his father denied his innocence, that he was guilty in this process. But the court came down. But there are several drug cases that have been arrested. And let me really read. I want to say this to the LTA. Starting from today, any vehicle you see drugs in, impound the vehicle. The owner of that vehicle should not get it, because the driver should know that before anything get on his vehicle, he should be in and know what's going there.
We still need to
because he has said Rex
we still need to go and revisit the law.
Yes.
Once you are caught, if that identical vehicle, no matter who that vehicle for, you know,
you lost a vehicle. Let me see right in the country. We're not sure about anything. We won't build road, we'll build 2 big road. We won't build road, we'll go put mud on the road. We won't build road, we'll do that tomorrow. We'll come back to the very same road and the community will start to cry. Why are we doing this? Let me serious. Mr. President, somebody put you suspended or the investigation on them, we won't know the conclusion of them. Especially the Every Kroman, the Fadiga, the Bauko, all of them we won't know. Because that particular saga has hampered the fight against legislation in this country. Drugs. The people are no longer afraid. I said to you, Mr. President, the very day you appointed A.B. Kroman and the other folks, there were drugs dealers that took their hand from drugs dealing. There were some users that said me, and I won't be telling why I know A.B. Kroman. He will come on the street, if you come on the pass your head, go you dirty, you see your zogo, you will do it. They got afraid.
And you know, sometimes some of these things, we gotta be serious, you know, and you see, like, girl, we have reached a stage where most of our parents are no longer parenting well.
Yeah.
They just leave the kids by themselves because you're working, you're doing business. Look, some of you check on the campuses. These children will not go. You see a kid leaving the room with a bag there or a bag there. You don't even search to know whether they got extra clothing in it. They don't even reach. They go on the beaches. They have zero parks. They go to some of their friends' homes when the parents are not there. Even sometimes some of the parents are there when the friend go there. They are all inside watching movies, doing all sorts of things.
All sorts of things. So in the modern world, the children must be digitized. No problem with that.
I was just following the story just the other day, watching it in Liberia. Look, I'm still disdaining and feeling so hurt. Imagine. Don't go on camp for what?
Yeah.
This young man, his parents also allowed him to go. He went. And he admitted during the interview, lying down. He said he went where they never started one day. Every day they were drinking liquor.
From one thing to another.
From one thing to another thing. And you know, the other person will steal somebody money from the bag, and you know, he told one of his friend's phone. He said he wanted to use it. He said the man knew fully well that he had a phone, and they wanted, you know, to take his phone from him. They were a little tussle, and he got caught on his lip. And the fact that, you know, students together, the guys were, you know, more at him for it. Remember, man, you go sit down, order the man.
Yeah, he want to prove himself.
He wanted to prove himself. Exactly. Already under the influence of alcohol. He start fighting. They all put away. They said the talking, they carrying the kishi, close the place. He had to bust the kissing door and join the other side. He look at the place. 4-story building.
Yeah.
You want to jump down the pass around the counter there. He's not acting on his own.
Yeah, no more.
Today he found the ATS. Broke with his Spanish card. Yeah. From his ETS, everything that worked for us, they said everything was just about him. Today they just watch him and calling for assistance.
They're watching you to die.
And we see so many of these things. We see so many of these things happen. Some of our young girls, our daughters, our nieces, those are the places they go and they lost their virginity.
Some of them pass out night before they come to the 7 in the morning. They don't know what's happening to them.
Some of them become mothers.
And ambassadors, a lot of these parties are thrown. These are the areas the substances are being exhibited.
Yeah.
The shisha. You know what shisha doing to young people today?
Look,
the young girls.
I can remember the last time I ate kaya. And you see me eating kaya, that means they face it right.
You saw the making of it.
Yes.
Because you won't trust it.
The last time I ate kaya was when my nephew was going to the States, the kaya was fixed. They took a little portion of it for me. But to see people in the street and say, oh, bad kaya,
don't try it.
There are plenty of things I don't say to eat in the street. That's why to party is difficult to find me eating. People
because they trade these things here. They say they won't call it the beer soup. They won't call it weed soup. They won't call this one. So if you real ball, real get go on outside. If you real one, so they just make this know that the children just want to get involved inside. And the women of this country, the trading of drugs, according to the report we're getting, women are the progenitor of this process. Because if you know, I hear you talking about the Dolo lady.
I'm getting report about the kind of lifestyle she's living. The kind of
I'm getting report allegedly that now our first time.
No.
That was no more business. Someone said to me allegedly that her quote is the people love beautiful women.
Yeah.
So what a year on after security men love beautiful women, so they can use the women, the men with their beauty.
I saw one a comment on the social media.
It was stupid.
How her you know, my picture there. So one of the ladies there to say every morning is going to wake her up and give her some. They'll be taking they must stuff her closer with A too.
But you spoil all people children.
They'll be wake up with A.
Ambassador, most of the people in this country, you see them living full life that drugs they're dealing. They see drugs as the way of life. We're not mimic this thing here. And the reason why I frown on this government, I will not mince my words. One of their campaign messages was the CDC government was the one importing drugs in this country. And they were coming to clear that out. To see them go very low, quiet, in the early stage, especially at the point of appointment made, I'm flabbergasted about it.
That's, you see, there are a whole lot of things increases as it relates to how we can fight this thing. The Ministry of Education totally also have a share of the blame into this matter. Look, some of these schools, you need to start inspecting these schools. There are some schools not safe for our children. They are serious harm to the environment that in which they operate.
Yeah.
The administration so reckless, irresponsible, and don't even look after the students, but only looking after the money.
But on schools, the students leave their parents' houses. They don't enter the campus of the school.
And this is the best
time. And the school don't care. They don't care about
the best time at this part of the year that most of the schools are already closed. It's time that parents, you go to some of these schools, that you look at the environment where they are situated, look at the history and see, know how they're operating. That you can feel safe even if you know what, you know your child in school, your child is safe, the environment is safe for the child. We're going to talk about that later at the end of the program on about the issue of schools in Liberia. Some of the schools that when you look around, giving you idea how to get your kids into school, you know, at this time. Because some of you spending huge amount of money sending your kids to some of these schools. The only result you have gotten, they are falling prey.
Yeah, you're even fighting.
Right now,
even with teachers that your children will get good grades, but they, because of the environment, they do nothing. All they go with friends. You know, the next day train taking up, because they see the grass can smell them. They get involved with the tramadol.
Yeah.
They say they pop the pills. When they take that thing, they all their days, they will sleep all day. Oh, what happened to you about sleeping? He gets something in his system.
And another one, you find some of the teachers. They and the students will go in the ghetto together. Then they will go and buy alcohol and consume it together.
Yeah. When the children got money, says they go down do our thing.
Yeah.
You and the teacher go out drink your.
Some of the security officers, the guys who are the gatekeepers, when the children come to school, they don't search the bed. Sometimes classes are actively, they sneak out of those classes, they go to the gate and get the bed, so you open the gate quickly, that child jump up.
You get
straight to the ghetto.
Everything, he go enjoy himself.
Yeah. You can't say, oh.
We should not pretend that this is not happening.
I brought kind of, the teacher teaching you how to people and then he tell her.
One of the deputy director of LDA, one Sebastian Farr, had one of those whose fingers have been pointed to him.
Sebastian, I got a whole dossier on him.
Even the folks in Katatan, they had an arrest, and the folks were following an arrest of huge quantity of drugs. At the end of the day, Sebastian Farr was allegedly.
Sebastian Farr reportedly is always, according to the report, he got his dealing with most of the people. So most of the time, he cracked down on your office. Or sometimes he makes requests that you lead that person.
Yeah.
You lead that person. And one of the officers even challenged him and said, I can't do it. And some of the officers that even carry arms reportedly sometimes he made sure that the people should be disarmed so they can be armless in any other operation.
And these are things that undermine the fight.
Yeah.
We should not look at it as a joke. It's a serious reality in this country. On a serious note.
We just overlook almost everything. Almost everything we are looking. But it's time I'll go to the lines now, to talk about these things. But this is something serious. Why it's true, our mothers, our sisters, our aunts, our daughters are preparing to come to the street. It is a national concern, but that involves every one of us.
Sure, every one of us.
Because you see, the drugs that come to this country, it don't go low for which political party you from before you fed your child or your children. They would not, which party you from before you consume. It affects all of us in this country. All of us. And it requires the collective efforts for us to fight this thing together. Good morning.
Now develop the 30 years of the change of it. I was very sad, when you look at what is including our future and now sometimes you even compare it with the 1994 war, after the Civil War, the young people that were far better than even what when you follow them to release. Imagine a normal time of being two children and age of 19, 11, working and buying together to something down the kind of drug war for whom. So when you consume the drug, you get all that stuff, you can take money to million dollars much better. So much children and people are very strong to put out to them in the presence of people officer living in the environment. I just thought I would go to the officers and living in the environment. People who trade drugs here have to come down with this. But the fellow young people is really officer. You are talking about drug agent. I know a lady who are test treatment. So husband passed off. So she's the only little naughty people of the little children. You are one of those who manage our way to care at DA. She leave her husband in the morning and the children eat that with no money. The kind of person that DA, you send them to go and get it up. When they get there, and put somebody to know that time, they want to play on him. She got it taken easy and she wants to know what the family or children to eat. And you understand? So these people who are hardcore drug dealers who are arrested, the government needs to take serious action against them so that you can say it's so message that you are talking about death. So they shut down with 2021. That's why you're looking at the person come by a rule. You don't want to commit crime. Look at the person come and look at it, but they're looking at a rule. The government is not police that rescue with drugs. What's here? The government will tell about 4 or 5 years all you put doing it wrong. When the Ghana police are the one that process you and tell you to go.
Okay, let's talk to this caller on the line. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Weekie.
Good morning, sir.
And good morning to now. You know what? They don't have been acquired in this now. And with all of the education, maybe I don't know where these apparatus are listening. But all the people, these are the way the trust can enter this country. And sometimes they don't have the equipment.
Yeah.
But Some of the ambulance that parked at them. Look, I was able to prevent all the agents. They arrested one diplomatic car. I think it was 2 million worth of drugs. Some of the diplomats, they always have to bring drugs in this country. Some of the other stuff. And
I'm a living witness to that.
Because the drug is not only affecting the children that are in the street, it's affecting everyone in this country. We are all affected. But the idea you're giving to us, we need to listen to them because they help you in this country. And I know the people who are living this money, they are teaching them that you can grab this money. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And you know,
let me talk to Brother AB. He's on his line here this morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead live. Good morning. Oh. Go ahead live.
But when I'm coming, you're going to tell me.
No, not true.
Those the thing we discussed now, thank you for the discussion, everybody that talk about the picture. But Ambassador Bob, you see the cooking up? They need to check them too. All the beaches they can bring in, they can bring drugs. Besides that, if they will grab the little people that can do the selling of drugs on this place, instead of the use of, because the men who bring it, because even in the us, they are represented, they are selling drugs. Thank you so much.
Thank you as well for being part of it today. One of my very good friend and brother, you know, today marks his 18 years in the armed forces of Liberia, serving the country with diligence and care. To all of the folks who are serving today, 18 years are you, Gentle to me. I'd like to say all the best to you and happy birthday as well. And happy birthday to my nephew that is currently in the United States, you know, Arthur Brooks. You celebrate a birthday on today. I wish you all of God chose some blessing for that distance. Like Mr. Tommy said something. Mr. Clemens said something. Look, I'm a living witness to that. Imagine during the Ebola crisis. No, it came a time government has serious problem on the importation and the sale of cacao. It will shock you to know. This day, I was there, you know, walking, going to a shop somewhere in the 72nd block, and I saw the amule coming. Wow. Filled with cacao. I can never forget that thing. Filled with cacao. Came into one shop for sale. So just as he mentioned, that's true. Some of the ambulances that you see running sometimes, they transport this thing because you can't stop the ambulance. No, nobody in those things. Because it will reach a point that we'll have to do it. Because we're looking at means that we give at least to save life. We give to have means, to have people having easy access to anything, and you use it for your own self benefit for it.
Yeah, you want benefit.
Yeah.
You make everybody look that way, and you're a sensible person.
Because you in the president's convoy, you see you can travel with drugs there, you can transport somebody drugs. You in an advanced thing, escort, so you can take it. I don't know how we can read it. Every time we get this opportunity and know that we will not just be easily checked, we first will sit down and let everybody
we will undermine our own self in this country.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning.
I'm going to get a lot of support to give you guys the young for money. We can't let it tell us that it goes throughout the law. After it's getting point, really put that stuff.
Yeah.
I got started yesterday. So while we were still put on the yellow to the tire, they were writing and stuff. They are always ever at the door, they are always two for your company. Let's look at any one spot and one drop. Then they didn't move out from that and put it in your hand. They don't want to show that to a friend. If they find them, when they look who's down here, the room or the good for their own energy, you went to put in the video who was at the time who was out. So I said, when I meet the wife, we may do that who is there. didn't find where to go to Bushaman when you know, man, on a little bit, you see all of me, and put it on his phone.
Yeah, I ate that. When I made tea ratty.
Yeah, if anybody was telling me, I got the more than 5 hours drop.
Yeah, there are tests. Yeah, most of it, you see somebody cigarette man, yeah, most of the cigarette people, why police officer deal, most of them, no matter what kind of phone they get, they always get body phone at time because they use the body phone bag. I want to put it in, they haul it trunk, they haul it lip and dump it. Then I ain't want to toy, you know.
I pay a fire, there's always so many deaths. Let me want me. I don't want to go to the I say, well, job that. It was a whole PME, so I don't know where I do, I say, but I do what?
The men are feeding themselves. The weather are feeding themselves. Good morning.
Good morning, information board, and good morning, Eastern Bar.
Yeah, go ahead, Webster.
Thank you so much. Information folks and Eastern Bar. I hope our people are listening this morning. It was a complete message and warning you people are giving. That what information bros are reading when it comes to other countries. The implementation of it is not happening in Liberia. That's a typical example. Information bros. Those guys will go in the full shops and say they're going to search the LTE. They will see things, but I dare you, after a week, you will see that chat is open. And end the witness. I was told sometime last month and go right at the turning point and go and get all the videos. That's how I was free. But the other shop that went to, I was right there. They called me at the time. And they see one from Omega. She, the one that traveled, went to back and the new people then. And did all my videos in so much of right. But unfortunately, to see myself, I think this shop is still open. And there's a job cost contract. And there's an important thing that we can say. It will come to the people try to not fall for the mission with the government. But they are looking for people's money. They're taking people's food. They might get a guy going, oh, food, I'm going to get my on it. And I'm different, I'm taking a bit, but I said, where you come from? And when you come from there, they make it to the post shop, I'm taking bread to eat. That your business is different, that the bread will be something to eat, so then you want to eat bread. You see what happening? All of these guys they take is treat it back before you carry 12 hours. 4.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You live.
Yes. Good morning, Rose and Nathaniel.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Winston and Beyonce. I told you from Google Road. So this morning, so you just made it on the head. You know, our mothers are the ones that we need to be in support of the DA to make it sure to provide sensitive information to their children in avoiding the use of drugs. But they can be the ones to serve as major transporters. You know, nowadays when you listen to other countries, other areas, like LRA, what have you, these 3 days, you know, people that transporting the drugs, they are female. Why? And they bring drugs to destroy their own children. They bring a few. We know the thing that our mothers go through to bear a child. Then you bring drugs. However, I want to employ a GA or two. I don't know whether they're getting all the necessary support, but they are trying their best. They are trying their best because they always tracking people down. They always tracking them down. But to distance themselves from this drug imposition, they should not compare any issue that has to do with drugs. That's the only way the drug will be.
Yeah. That's why we also tell the government to give the support and augment these people's salary that they do not. So when we catch them in the eye, there should be no compromise.
Sure.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. I'm Joseph Raymond Bronx. How you doing?
Well, can complain.
the issue with drugs, we should be very mindful because everybody in part and parcel of it. They were called, they get another boat there. That boat come always in the morning by 2 o'clock. They call that crossing point in Cape Man, General Liberia. 2 o'clock in the morning, that is national security be there, 2 to 3. They will see what will come out. We went there, we did our survey, everything. But we get it in there, in the country, when something does not happen, nobody cares.
No, sometimes the Intel when you get it, they see it as the eating spot now.
Yeah, Intel, when you get it, Intel, they go, they get the proceed, they get the defect. Because their job is back open right there. So they don't want it closed, so they just remain there. So that's how they're doing. So the security apparatus need to be very, it's not only DA alone. Police can even arrest.
No, but we're all involved.
Everything. So when you sit there, it will continue to equip because we showing everywhere that drugs crossing this country, the people, we get them the information, they don't act. Everybody will get on the radio and say in the on the left, but it's not in the heart to really fight drugs. Let me be frank. So if this government fails to fight drugs, I think it is not good. Then in Costa Rica, it's devastated.
Yeah.
They will thank you in Costa Rica. That is not when the final is beyond original that you are the one, you will not go into jail. You will die. After 72 hours, you will die, Brooks. So why would we can pass such a bill? Because this is destroying everybody. Not only everybody, directly or indirectly. Not only one sector. And the people who will be creating this drug, bringing it into the country, let us kill them back there. Let's kill them. Yeah.
You know, we are body that thing.
Law on the Pope.
We are body that thing to left sentence. Good morning.
Good morning, and to you,
Good morning.
And you remember Moses from Academy. You know, this issue is a very sensitive issue, but we need to be so much consequent about it. One, you just spoke about it. You don't send somebody to fight against dangerous things, and that person is not protected. No incentive, low salary, that will not work. Two, when it comes to transportation, most of our government official vehicles are used. One, ambulance. That one of the things people don't check, security men don't check. So they usually use security vehicles. But you got to know that security, some security are getting taken on the police. They switch to ambulance. Let me tell you, most of the transit in there, yeah, ambulance, whoa, party. Like George can be transporting because they feel that it's hard for security men to track down and people stop ambulance. And three, the law and the implementation, both security apparatus, they need to do scrutiny and do drug tests. Because let me tell you, my brother, for sure, the DEA, at home and they contact more 80% of the officers, whether DEA or police or DESO, they are drug users. I tell you seriously. For the DEA, most of them were recruited because they were drug users and they went. The people who know the places, so when you're going in service, will show your places. At the end of the day, they become client. Instead of doing the national job that you call for, you have become client to the drug user because you see that they are not paying you or they pay you little amount of money. So really the government need to really work hard first in the house before we get out there. If the house is not clean, it will not be clean. Thank you.
Okay, let's talk to other callers. You live.
Good morning, Weekie and Natl.
Good morning, Dwana.
It is Dwana from Gorbachev. I want to tell you thank you so much. You are really doing a great job in our country. But you see, Weekie, when the system is polluted from up, or for example, when the fight of the drugs is weak from up, and then thrown down, you'll notice that you obtain a very poor result. I'll tell you this. You can recall a few years back, Gorbachev took a stand and I was in the lead as chairman of the community. We fought for over 3 weeks to clear this community. Police officers were very poor to come to our system. We were in the ring, we woke up 12 o'clock midnight to make sure that our community is clear. Only to come to something who came to our rescue in the first place was the Kapao security. When other people noticed that indeed those guys were coming, that had to send the ERU. We requested that the people stay with us for a number of days. How long did they stay with us? Less than 2 days. That had to send the DA to come to be here with us for some time. And again, after sending time when the DA were here, the fight of drugs was very poor. So I'll tell you the truth. In as much as upstairs there, it is weak. And the reason it is weak because those ministers, directors, and lawmakers that are out there got their agents all around making money for them. They have seen the drug issue to be a business for them now. It's going to be weak to fight drugs. Other communities they really want to get into this. I got a mother who is here. Who child or children die in the Ebola. 4 of them die. 1 of them survive. The one that survived is into drugs.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's try to ration the time and talk to other callers. Good morning.
Yeah, now we'll take a break at 9 o'clock.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, my children.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey, George, business. Excuse me. Hey, George, business. The country need to be serious. Hey, we said something way past an apple baby. They say, I want you to come, but they said anything happen to them, they drink. I can remember our day coming on. When I didn't see them to that killing in the rain, Tower went to face it. Because they all were informing officials. So when he got there, they were appealing to you, Mr. President, Mr. President, would you do Mr. President? The next thing, if you don't want to kill, don't kill. If you kill the dog, will kill you too. I can't do my water go for you. Say, how you enter the prison as a person who is security for? But I tell you this, if the people don't want to be killed, they shouldn't kill other people's children. What we're talking here now, passing, that passing, ever since nobody to be here. Nobody didn't find no person. If 4 or 5 drug dealers died, they will not repeat it. People children die, they say they didn't die. Why did they die too? See, when I opened gate for us when we were protesting, and majority of people that were protesting down the road with me, they are just zero. Damaging people children future and killing them. And then killing.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to my great ambassadors.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning to my great ambassadors.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, Nat. Good morning to the listening audience. My name is Michael Williams. I join you from Paisley this morning. Weekie and Natl, thanks for discussing about drugs, and I know I've been listening, so I decided to call. We have an organization that, the first of all, the issue of drugs in this country, the people just talk on lip service. People don't really serious, or they are not really serious in fighting the fight of drugs in this country. You see today people will just talk about drugs or just killing the children all on the streets are taking harmful substances. Now we deal with those people. Like in recent time we came to you guys for an organization called the Inside Liberia organization. And we have visited people, even in the media. We went for people to be able to help. Yeah, we are a non-for-profit organization.
We got commercial coming in. So please, we got commercial coming. Please be quick, I beg you. It's time for the commercial.
Yeah, so we then go in there and they're asking people to even help, even the media. The only radio stations that were able to give us free slot with Freedom FM and Punch FM. That's all. So nobody wants to help when it comes to the issue of drugs. You will just say on the government we are gone. Even to all the lawmakers who go.
Okay, thank you. We can continue with that because we got other commitment to to handle. Yeah, it's already been paid for and they have to get it done.
My people, I know you already hear the good news, and then so
what kind of good news, Balepa?
The good news about the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection project called the Liberia Women Empowerment Project, or LWEP, is here to help 267,200 people.
Oh yes!
Out of the 267,200 people that the project will reach, they will help 36,000 women with small money for themselves. Whoa! The main idea there is to make sure that women and girls always have money on them, so they can be able to help themselves, so they can be able to help their men or their husband, their family, and their community.
Yes, it makes sense because you can only give when you have.
That's true, but the project you're talking about, that what kind of county there in?
The project in 6 counties: Bomi, Riverside, Grand Jide, Monserrado, Bapodu, and Grand Cape Mount counties.
Okay.
And it going on in 498 different communities in those counties.
So how they better doing the project?
The project, yeah, in 5 different ways. Number 1 is changing mindset or norms.
Tell us about that one.
Good. For example, man beating a woman not supposed to go to school. There's a woman that can say, if he not be me, he not love me. That kind of thing. That is they want us to change.
Yeah. Because no man supposed to beat their woman.
Yeah.
Then men should make sure women go to school. And no woman must say, if he not be me, he not like me.
Yeah.
No woman must think like that. Say, it's not correct.
It's not correct.
Then what about the second part?
The second part of the project is about the health recording.
But what did the data people then not do?
How they should help women and girls who may do wrong thing to.
You mean the way the data people will take care of us when men take advantage over us in it?
Yes! On top of that, they're even going to help schools to open health clubs so girls can be able to talk the things that matter to them.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
How about part 3 now?
Part 3 is where the project will give some money to help different women and girls groups like village saving groups, family groups, livelihood groups, people who get their late table marketing, and people who not fit to take, who cannot set. The quick people call them marginalized group. And you know, like people who can walk group and things like that. All of them, they will benefit too.
Me, I will look around in my community.
Yeah, I myself will find them and be a part of them too.
Yeah, you mean? Because women will not leave men behind. Here we go.
Because you know what? The project will reach 30% men and 70% women.
Yeah, you hear it?
Yeah.
You mean I will tell plenty other women and girls so they can join the project.
That's the Liberia Women Empowerment Project, where women are helped so they can always have money in their beds.
Then, Balepa, what the other part of the project will do?
This other part of the project is where the project will give helping hand to the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection System.
How?
In ways that the ministry will have records on gender-based violence cases. Then they will also have record on the different treatment or services for women and girls who some men will do bad things to.
Okay.
Then it will also help the Ministry of Agriculture to know how many women making farm, how many men making farm, where they making their farm.
Wow.
What kind of farm they making, where low land farm air, where up land farm air, all that one there.
Yeah.
Yo, what they planting, what county they having their farm in.
Fine idea.
Check all that one. Yo. To make sure that all the things are happy. The government put plenty different groups together. Like Keep Liberia, Catholic Relief Services, CRS, Action Aid, Forest Community Initiative, FCR, Defense for Children International, DCR, Plan International.
So they can work with the people in the community then.
Yes. And you know something? The way they plenty groups together, one group they have to be in front of all the other groups so the project can go on.
So like what kind of group they have?
Plan International.
Plan International. They in front of the other group then, but the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection Project. And so
yes.
So your will, how about part 5 of the project now?
Part 5 of the project is where the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection has a project management unit that the people then who will be watching the project could know.
Yeah.
They will monitor the project, they will keep track of the project, and they will evaluate the project so the project can go on the correct way.
Whoa! Who take the 6,000 women to benefit from 80 million? Ha! Dana small thing.
And Dana Osia, Balekba says the LIBERIA Women Empowerment Project will reach 267,200 people in 5 years.
Yes! And the project is in 6 counties. Pony, Mosorado, Bapolu, Riverside, Quenchida, and Quenchima County.
Working in 498 communities.
Yes. Now, the way the project going on, you can call 44TDTD to tell the people how you feel about the project. Whether it's going on the correct way, whether it's not going on the correct way, call 44TDTD so the people can know how you feel about the project.
My people, find the LIBERIA Women Empowerment Project right in your community and join them.
This message is from the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection with support from the World Bank.
My people, I know you already hear the good news, and so
what kind of good news, Baleba?
The good news about the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection project called the LIBERIA Women Empowerment Project, or LWEP, is here to help 267,200 people.
Oh yes!
Out of the 267,200 people that the project will reach, they will help 36,000 women with small money for themselves.
Whoa! Sulu, Sulu,
The main idea there is to make sure that women and girls always have money on them so they can be able to help themselves, so they can be able to help their men or their husband, their family, and their community.
Yes, it makes sense because you can only give when you have.
That's true, but the project you're talking about, that what kind of county there in?
The project in 6 counties. For me, Riverside, Grand Jide, Monserrado, Bapolu, and Grand Cape Mount counties.
Okay.
And it going on in 498 different communities in those counties.
So how they ready to win the project now?
The project in 5 different ways. Number 1 is changing mindset or norms.
Tell us about that one.
Good. For example, man beating a woman not supposed to go to school. Then some women they can say, if he not be me, he not love me. That kind of thing. That is they want us to change.
Yeah. Because no man supposed to beat their woman.
Yeah.
Then men should make sure women go to school. And no woman must say, if he not be me, he not like me.
Yeah.
No woman must think like that. Say, it's not correct.
It's not correct.
Then what about the second part?
The second part of the project is about the health recording.
But what did the data people then not do?
How they should help women and girls who may do wrong thing to.
You mean the way the data people will take care of us when men take advantage over us in it?
Yes! On top of that, they're even going to help schools to open health clubs so girls can be able to talk the things that matter to them.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
How about part 3 now?
Part 3 is where the project will give some money to help different women and girls groups like village saving groups, family groups, livelihood groups, people who get their late table marketing, and people who not fit to take who cannot accept. The quick people call them marginalized group. And you know, like people who can walk group and things like that. All of them, they will benefit too.
Me, I will look around in my community.
Yeah, Osia. I myself will find them and be a part of them too.
Yeah, you mean? Because women will not leave men behind. Here we go.
Because you know what?
In the country, you have a partner.
Yeah.
You having dealers around you. And like one of the folks on having the conversation said, he said, my brother, when you put in camp. Last same day, like you mentioned, Ambassador, that the drugs ain't got checked. They didn't do receipt, right back. As they do it, it's gone.
And you know, it's inclusive of tourism as well, because you see, we'll have our people coming, and there are some of the environment will affect us when it comes to investment.
But you hear them, right? People will tell us, when you come like bro, don't travel certain gadgets, don't go certain community, don't go red light, don't go area junction, don't go Corwell, don't go name those places that people. Why if the people will see the area?
Look at, you know, the economic no doubt or the downward trend that it will have on us when we see, because some of our heritage, historical sites, once you see people going around these places, you know, when we start to allow these things to, at the end of we'll open these places, you find people that having ghettos around there.
Yeah.
Look at the kind of people that are coming for tourism, going to some of these places, some of these historical areas across LIBERIA. People start hijacking people, jacking their belongings.
The other young man, the people carry their loved one, bury the person, put tie, he want a business to the tie from the queen.
Yeah, they carry it. They put it on him and tow it.
Oh, going.
But in this out, that's the economic negative part of it. Because imagine, we talk about launching the tourism sector now in full swing. When we have these people going to these kind of places, then the next thing, so many people there. You got investors who will come to the country, tourists, and other people who on vacation want to go to somebody historical. We start getting report that people being aroused.
Yeah.
People being, you know, they checking people belongings. The guys are all in the butchers, the smoking and all of these things. So those places become a risk of going there. You notice that economically it will affect the national economy. And the picture go out there, Liberia is not a country where you're free to go to the historical sites.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to the issue of drugs right now, it's all over the country. The more sophisticated country in Liberia must rather we even able to manage legal countries.
And Ambassador Check.
How somebody can help you walking probably with a beat in the hand and just be taking it in the street.
Go to the gold mines.
Go to the gold mines.
Go to where they dragging these sand. The black
prostitution,
sand.
all these things taking on.
It's happening there.
Yeah.
The folks getting on the water to go mine gold. Well, it depends on the drugs.
Slide killing people. Sometimes the whole thing will collapse. They die there. So because most of the kids or some of these guys when they leave in a boat, they don't even tell the family, and the family never will see them again. They think you have to tell the politics all 18, left for 18 years.
Yeah. Seriously.
You have to take the politics all 18, left for this. They think that certain work. For the size and population of our country, we can't handle it. I want to see one reach 10 million or 15 million.
Yeah.
We'll be doomed.
We have no control.
That self-destruction we're heading to.
And there are people into leadership that should be helping this, but they pretend that they're doing more than what they can.
All of what we will say, or we've been saying over the years from the day this station got started, we've been on the issue of drugs.
Drugs.
Today, if I go buy and say I've not gotten a dime for anybody that will walk here one day or say I carry this thing, this amount of fuel or whatsoever to cool for the work you have done. Sometimes you see, look, this thing is not binding on us. The reason why we do these things, we are Liberian, and we must be remembered, and we carry ambassadorial status. Voluntarily, we have said these things over the years, consistently. We don't get down for it. No. We don't complain. But sometimes, you sit by yourself and say, look, somebody you seriously affected by it. You want to say so many things that we're saying.
The way they read it, they may not listen or they may not smoke.
Yeah.
They tell them pass on. They prepare
them. They listen to tea, they cause us. I don't want to be over there.
Because if you are a business, you may say that President Parker come to power, bro, took you out of business. But first we were dealing with the thing.
And that's why we said this thing inclusive of all sectors. Let's come back to the issue of our schools. Parents, you also need to be mindful of the kind of schools you send your children to. Go and make some research. Some of the schools, are we frank, some of the schools, just where they are situated, a serious problem for the people, the children are in the school.
Yeah.
And the Ministry of Education should sometimes go and look at some of the environment. Look at some of the what being offered. We know when you go send your children to some of the expensive school in the country, whatsoever, but at the end of the day, you can cry. Then the table go up, I don't say my grandma who can say who don't want better tea. Yes. But the river, they say the creek behind your hut, you can water and pay and get people to go cool water fish farm. The catfish all there.
Yeah.
You do assessment. You look at school history. You look at the environment where these schools are situated.
The community ambassador.
Yeah, the community.
The community leaders are aware of those people in the community.
Yeah.
Landlords are aware that these people are renting in a facility.
Some of you, the places you send your kids in somebody elementary, grade school, or kindergarten, nursery, these kids are still vulnerable because they got no environment that protect them. You just got one being vulnerable, not even infants.
Yeah.
The children running all across the room, motorbike passing.
They put in that area in the night, in the evening time, that are resting place. Yeah. They go there. And why they are there, they tell around the community because at night you don't pass any area.
Yeah.
You go there, they will hijack you, they take things from you. The community leaders are aware. The landlords are aware in the community. They know that these people are there. They know the dealers are there. You see? But everything to load down, they say government. What is your own effort?
Yeah, some of our community leaders are all involved in these things. They protect their children. And this issue, sometimes you hear that they fear the children. You can call somebody on it. When the children come back for you, not be easy. We will continue to live in that kind of a mood, and they think increasing. Saying you are afraid. You remember the young lady who walked here to us talking about the community.
Yeah.
She even willing, whatever it will require her left, she
said she's willing.
Because
we gotta start a pastor. No, take your time. We do that.
Steps how to do it and how to get it done before you put yourself in harm's way.
You see?
But she said she goes to buy the bag of coal. She brings the bag to sell, and the guys will just go in and play break in. So that the last time around, she said she brought 100 plus, 200 plus, 15 days left.
But
and the one that I left there, and she had to pick it up. But yes, we are living too many things that will affect us tomorrow for politics.
Yes, sir. You think we'll be having somebody that will leave this country and be the next Joseph Human?
So if you're a representative, you senator, you minister, you director, trust me, you're not off the hook. The time will come if care is not taken and we don't handle this thing properly. You will be in your homes. Those boys will walk on you there, beat you, take your belongings. They will rape your daughters. They will rape your wives. They will sodomize your children, your boys' children in your presence. If you think that you so much secure, I will tell you one senior big brother.
Today you lawmaker, tomorrow you not be.
I will tell you one of my very senior big brother. We're having a conversation. I said, I got one practice in me. I always want to know my children's friends. You don't mind because you can afford today, because that one of the problems right in this country. You don't mind because you can afford. Your children go to good school or well equipped and all of these things. Drive cars, somebody will carry them to school, bring them from school, or they got their own car. And you're not concerned about who your child or children friendly with. What are those people in school? What are they going to eat? Those are their friends. Tomorrow, you can send your son to Harvard, your children, wherever, Oxford, Princeton University, Morehouse, Macquarie University, all over the world. When your child or children learn and comes back home, remember, if I survive my friend, I will go to him. You know, guys, my friend, I just what we want to do, what level or left we reach to right now, whatever, one step, two step, the minute proud, the fact that they want to use you to tell their friends that they know who people.
But you saw at the junction there.
Why I left you there? Because
young man, we live in the 12 houses area, but certain times just deteriorated. The man saw me, what's up, man, what's up? I said, yeah, but the man still want.
I mean, I saw.
That man said, well, you know the problem for me.
And the man said, you know, I already mad from where we came from, or the way we were treated.
I just for this time. I just know they probably money making me. I know they probably for you.
And men start taking position. Yeah, man. You know, I really man. Meet me at the police because I'm here. In fact, there was this day I came from Gatonsville. I want to see my mom. So, and got in rallied to tell you how all of us affected. Trying to stop toxic. So this guy fighting for the front seat for me. Wanted to follow this guy and I said, I won't call the school name because the school I produce so good before the girl, the school before the gang, some of me because they did it to me before. And the guy, you tell it, you know how they can talk. Me I know, you know me I could have that. Do not have women. Le man. I am a man, yeah. So the woman who, the mother who wanted to sit to the front, she said, but how can your friend looking at this and you looking at it? I said, me get all the people with commotion stars, I shouldn't be around here. You talking about you know your friend. Look at your friend looking, and look at you. What are you doing here? You saw me opening the door for your friend? I said, no, they think if you play well, so there are the other days, please. And that's how out of all we are affected. We know sometimes that peer pressure. Some of you never want, some of you is because you were misled. It made you understand that what can make you study good. It can make you, it can open your brain. You know, sometimes the justification when people taking drugs, when the people are convincing you, and at times they make you feel that that's the only way you are known.
Yeah.
That's the only way that
you're a big boy.
You understand, know the street.
You're big girl.
You big girl.
You see, man, I saw, they understand. When you can pop the thing.
Yeah, there are sometimes you see big phone with empty heads. You eat zero, but you get flash screen, you get telephone. when you read it, you can't see all your things spoil. We got to, look, we got to get serious in the country. Yeah. And this fight, it is a fight. The protest said she does it, she work on it, she support, and she will support the issue of the drug. Sometimes we need to go beyond words now. We need action.
We really need action.
We need action. We have listened to too many colorful speeches, too many things from people. This fight should be a fight from all sides of the divide. Schools get involved. Media institutions get involved. Religious institutions, faith-based institutions get involved. All of the civil society groupings get involved. The young boys, our mothers who sell in market and other places. The medical people get involved because some of your people who got drugstores and pharmacies, they're selling.
Yeah, don't control substance. They trauma door outside.
They are selling.
They're selling those things they bring in the country. And those things, you don't just bring it like that. You have to be given a permission to bring those controlled substances in the country. But some pharmacists are bringing it. Who bring the trauma door? The only people involved in the pharmacy in level, you find some people on the street selling medicine in the pocket. Once the children know that I own a business, they will call you and buy from you.
The people know the era. You see one young man walking, sleeping.
Yeah.
How's that possible? Somebody was laid on the wall and sleep more than 2-3 hours. The man is under the market kitchen, receiving natural air. They gotta wake. They gotta wake him up or wake her up.
You waiting, it's raining, you waiting for the people from the market before you go up and rest. What's that?
Yeah. See how many of our young brothers and sisters, their he's are black. I don't know what was that? Before he's they get black like that. The baboon pan. Why?
They can't take back. They can't take back. The drugs and the other ones that they busting their heels.
Yeah. And so can get
soldier on them.
No way.
Look at it. You see, you got to draw satellite. You got to scrape by your head.
Yeah.
And put it there.
It will melt and you go down and it tell you what to do.
That's complete craziness. And how people know that these drugs exist. Go to these concession areas. You find your brothers or sisters just go there to work, but they can't come back. They get there. Because when you see them, everyone say there's somebody who making fun. They're working for money. Because they are getting addicted to the substance through their friends, their colleagues, that today is difficult to move. We have to be very serious in this country. Very much serious. If we don't put seriousness on this thing here, we will not succeed. It is not about one person. It's not about what the president say. We all, you can save one person from the ghetto, and that person can, because of him, they can save another person. You follow the Destiny Recovery Program there along the Nizo area. The pastor have to give his church just to revive young folks. The young man in the University of Liberia, his mother supporting him. When he thinking he leaving the house, going to school, he go in the ghetto. Changed completely. Started taking things from the house, go sell it. Until that young man met the pastor, he got transformed. The day he was graduating, his mother was there in tears. She said, I never thought this day would come that my son would get revived at such a level. We have to help. So if you have the means, but because of this selfishness, this greed, the laissez-faire attitude, self-centeredness, you care but let you disassociate some of people. But they are a part of you. They are in the community with you. Tomorrow they'll be the one jumping while your friends go in your house. Maybe today you're alive, they're afraid to go there. When you are no more, your wife, your children are there, that they will take that means. And they are, your children and them are the same age today. They're growing up. While you are educating your folks, going to America, coming back, going to Ghana, whatsoever country coming back, they will still come and meet them. And we still have to be together. We have to fight this. Who will be the next speaker of the house? Will he be refined? Even if you are the speaker today or tomorrow, who will you be leading? Who will be the representative in the district? When all of the younger folks, your peers, they fall prey to drugs. Yeah? We have to wake up. There are some of the folks using the keke, the motorbike, the taxi just to transport drugs in this country. Yeah. Because they know they got money. If they call, look at the population, 100 million over drugs. Look at the one woman bringing about 181,000 worth of drugs. If it just go in one community, you know what I mean? Eh?
The 100 million, even if it was sharing a parcel 111, still it was on you over.
Yeah. You see? We have to take it to a seriousness. Because every time we renege on it, it's affecting the society.
Yeah. The Ministry of Education, these schools, look, on a very serious note, in matter of fact, most of the victims of these things are lured into it from their classmates, their schoolmates.
Yeah.
That's the easiest mean. The ministry needs to sit and re-strategize and come up with a method that, look, the ministry needs to look for some money for the witness.
Sure. We can these self-started groups that riot and raging protest. Those are going to be involving. Eh? You plead for the people. You say for them, they are the ones being affected. The money you can give them.
Yeah.
They go in the ghetto, they go take drugs. It should be a concern.
Yeah. People who need to be intellectual, they can put group together, go in front of LFA office to demonstrate. Like the man, I like brand. You know, but you're not demonstrating even the LDA office or
to not get to them.
Yeah.
We think what really makes students go black the car road, put tires on fire. Eh? You think that somebody under the influence of those substances? They may be rehabilitated too. Let me see what's that thing. Like my colleague can say, if you don't change the church change you. People are going to churches today.
They change the church.
Yeah, they're going to and changing the church today. One young man enter the place where the dealer, he can dress good. The pastor to get close to him, start giving shoe. Pastor start smoking.
He even concerned where the man takes the money from.
No.
The next thing, the pastor that man there.
They very woman said, "Why are they arrested?" I don't want to stereotype in that church, but from one church playing a very key role there. Wherever I see you get put you put a tithe, the offering, you come in clean, you get a car, and you be the center of attraction. They start making us an example. All the young women to follow the example.
The money people are putting in the special mother, special sister.
Don't be serious, man. We already plenty here.
I don't want to talk plenty on our one side before wearing Stephen Perry. Now coming and say, "Oh, so you talking to the men of God again?" So yesterday he already warning me. He also doing a whole lot there in the Topogo area, especially. Look, let's be honest. This fight should not be a fight that we sit down and use the political way of fighting it. This should be very holistic and inclusive.
Yeah.
National government reached out. We don't gotta call political party. There's some political parties in this country behind the billing. You found youth arrests.
Plenty.
Sleeping there, and these are the talks that you use to protect your properties or institution. Anytime you plan something, you know that you want to show your strength of power, you bring them to the public.
Okay, the other day, you never saw what happened at the CDC headquarters down there when they said there was a raid at the back of that area. Yeah, some of the folks bringing that place, the folks who had to go there to collect the brought civil attention in this country. Let's be serious.
You see, when you're running for political offices in this country, you go and carry your party t-shirts or your individual candidate t-shirts to these guys.
I can remember. And
so that even a call for you to take one drag, as you can say, you will take it. If you make us so because power, you lie.
Yeah.
Because you compete, you bring yourself down to be in the class of that man to show you that I'm just one of you.
We can take an example.
If you be like this, you can be like that.
The former deputy director of DEA for administration, Baoko, had a tournament during the in District 4 with a Zogo there. And that program left on to 6, 7 and 8 night. Those are the conversations that were happening. I'm telling you something serious. Then he was one of those that played at LDA that he could help the system see what happened today. We don't say he was guilty of doing anything, but what effort we put, Liberians got frustrated access to Liberians. The very day they appointed A.B. Kroma, Fadiga, Bako, Liberians were happy. Even they were drug dealers putting on that new government and saying no, I have to change because I know the people in the streets.
Man, I ain't play.
Yeah,
they were running.
They start running. They start teaching their clothes. But just when you're twinkling of an eye, the whole thing just changed. Why? You know what happened? The moment those folks were being suspended in battle, the recruitment was massive in this country here. When the possible, they're gone. The thing is just a church now. Every day there's massive recruitment going on. New ones coming there. The mentality is friendship, man, I'm going to tap in my bag here. Just pop your bee. You enjoy yourself. Let me serious, man. The president accepts the president, you yourself, you're not careful in the thing here. One day they will bomb you on a tree or on a building, your driver will be out behind the sun there and be carrying you to work. Because if we don't control this thing, it will creep in the system. It will creep all over. Now is the time.
And this is the part that we want to urge the national government. Government, please. To our folks who normally craft the budget, let's see means to amend the salaries and of the guys, of our gallant men and women in our security sector who are fighting earnestly to make sure that they continue these things. Their welfare and well-being matter more. We should not just see that their job, they must do it. Because that's the tendency we see in Liberia now. Once somebody paying $5-10, they think that you should do 5-10% work.
But in Barcelona, like what was doing with land and mines and energy, that DA supposed to be volunteer? You going for drugs business?
Yeah.
Then he volunteer?
The man already knows he's not taking his time.
Yeah.
He's not expecting anything at the end of the month.
And the man tells you,
he comes to a person who has a drop worth more than 3,000-4,000 United States. That man, look at it, my man. We are far.
Yeah, he wants
that man alone become the man who will show the guy all of the shortcuts to leave. And so I said,
that young man, the next day when you see him, he got new boots. He got new DA uniform.
Yeah.
He is clean. He got handcuffs. He want to make you know he's ready for the job.
So
who give him the money?
They say, all the men at the county commander for police, for DEA, for the other one, for immigration. The next thing, all the criminals, they call a short meeting quickly, put something together, work on these people. You fall in a boogie strap with the guys. You have gone into a bargaining with them that you no longer protecting the area that is saying you have now reduced yourself to protecting individuals.
Yes.
You no longer
you see how these federal police depots, commanders, depots or LDA, when they reach it, they have the furniture in no place, you go see air condition there. They're not government doing it for them. That they function the community because they don't want to be seen. They don't want people to crack down on them. They go as a chief, they say, I'm not happy yo. They are not happy yo. But every month, every week,
you go to some of the
and they pretend that
you go to some of our officers in Liberia. You go to some of the offices, some of the chairs they got in their offices. They don't even have it at home.
No. You go and see one police on the depot that say air condition.
Yeah. Somebody putting out running water at home, but they got running water to the offices.
But we pretend like it's not happening.
So sometimes the two-way street. Government USA need to amend.
Yeah.
Because you already put in vetting the people that you put in. People using somebody's security apparatus as a mean to acquire what they want to acquire because they will be protected to some extent and fear will be in certain people when they're taking certain action. So they use it not with the positive mind in the interest of the country, but it's for selfish gain. Ecocentric, very egotistic.
The man at the border with immigration making $150 or let's say $200. Someone bring a very huge amount of cocaine and tell them, my man, you got something like 5,000 or 10,000 here. Let me go, direct me, carry me through. We'll reach your money clean. He said, no check.
But you know how many persons? I mean, who knows the kind of value of the what Ms. Dodo who charge, formally charge with multiple charges. Now, who know what was in the package for her? How much she was going to receive? Because there is other man there. He said when the man who was to take delivery of the package, he also went there to bribe the LDA officers at the same time to carry the goods as well and make sure that she's released. Who knows how many?
But you might have mentioned who blow the alarm, never knew the deal, never got anything.
But that's how sometimes
but you're suspicious, so you just raise the alarm. Yeah.
These things are out when people are decertified. Yeah. But when we start to pay these people good money and they kind of make mistake, because we'll be questioning people. If this person made an entry, like one of those John Spencer yesterday, Kenya Airline should be answering to us too.
Yeah. That so you want them to never check?
You know, the embassies should be rating. Traveling. So you're telling us they did not check? So they need to start doing the in-house searching and investigation too. Probably it's even bigger and worse than that. Taking advantage of the airport because we do not have the kind of technical out there, the logistics, scanning belt, and scanning machine and all of these. So we do it manually.
Yeah. So let's send you to them. If they don't see you, then you go.
But this is a wake-up call to government because they imagine she was able to get through with immigration, with custom. Because custom goes to see the goods.
Yeah.
So if that means custom also do not have the technology or the
custom
to detect. Because so they should be.
Who knows that when someone taking the drug, all they know you want your pass and go. They didn't care.
And sometimes when the person every day, oh man, I mean, that woman go where? The woman not fair beer. You know what I'm making operate? Say, oh, yeah, cool, yeah.
The last time you saw that, it took the armed forces of Liberia to discover that source of the border so they can face with the coups. They were leaving. They took the armed forces of Liberia with the joint security presence there. But you have already passed the other folks. Don't be serious, man. No wonder why is this point you right? People can't in the country here. Maybe just say, you know what? That $1 million worth of joy, they make sure that you enter one hotel. When you enter there, you get be clean. You finish.
And this is it. That's why we say earlier it's a collective fight. Even some of the custom officers, immigration officers, are the very, point of entry into our country. You find that they're driving some of the, nice looking cars around because the salary low, and sometimes they even have to escort the man who should be the last person, the gateway, or the last checkpoint, either to halt or arrest something that is harmful for the society, going into the society, or somebody that is willing to open up that these things can enter and go into communities and other places that will affect the community negatively. He's there now. You read there. Sometimes these people got telephone. They call them from abroad. Say, are we coming tomorrow? So make sure your 5G ready.
Yeah.
So I hate the player. Make sure let me just get all of the airport. Or let me just cross the border.
The men thinking about how you can complete one of your horses so you can be getting money.
Yeah.
He care.
The main one can take command for FDA or immigration, police. The first thing, they say they bring out a man. Soon they put in here your news, they say, I'm man tough. The men are going to strategize. They look for one person that understand and know you so good. You can't say, oh, I know the man, I know the same man. Will be the man. You can't say, Chi, welcome to you. I guess when you talk, you're going to say that, man. Chi, you put it here. You put in all the oil, you come in, your thing already ready.
Yeah, but sharp.
Yeah, till your thing ready already. So, 6 o'clock or 10 o'clock the man have to carry to where we will meet in one hotel or to one famous entertainment spot. The big city on the other side. I will be meeting on this other house. The next day, the men start to bring watching. Telling you now, all out of you. The last commander here before you prison, before the men that went, men they do us.
Yeah, men join it.
Men get 4 keke only my right now with 5 more about 7. They just tell you all the things that you sit down because you start to look at poverty and you don't want to be friendly with poverty. You say poverty no longer my friend. Then you start imagining say, but the other man be a man in that time, man they two houses, the man get cars in the traffic, the man get motorbike keke. So I mean. My American then settle it. I mean, that kind of a feelings. So government needs and political parties. Some of you, let me be frank, you're poor in the awareness and the education for these things. I've not seen a political party. I don't say you have never done. I've never seen a political party that have taken up fighting drugs in this country, that they will be on radio, they'll be in the community, they'll be, messages, jingles, all playing. I've not seen it. You're not waiting to get power, but the people you want to lead, having damaging themselves right now.
Yeah.
You want to lead mad people, some men want to lead mad people.
You say 2020 now coming back. Why you that here 2029? They didn't die by the hand of drugs.
Why if you come back 2029, whatever political party or whoever wins 2029, and you got more than 2 million people who are substance users. What sort of people you'll be leading? What kind of decision you'll be making for them?
Yeah.
And that's what I said back to the schools. The churches, you got a role to play. Parents, please go around into various communities. Observe these schools your kids are going to. Look at the environment. Tomorrow I will name some schools that parents, safely you can send your children. Because these institutions are institutions that should play key roles. Like you said, some of you people, you play key role. Because you pastors, you don't want to preach anything because you know when you say it, Sunday morning your hand will not be shaken by the
yeah.
The woman would
who knows that's the money when the pastor taking a trust money?
Yeah, the pastor and say, oh, we got to buy a car for the pastor. One person help them. No, I will buy it myself for the pastor. Yeah, pastor be doing well. Myself are taking on it up. Then they say the pastor card at $10,000. I'll give 5,000. The church can bring the other 5,000. I will buy the other car for the imam.
So say who building churches today?
Yes, I will buy the other car for the imam. The imam say I get used car. Let the imam come and pick anyone. So let's take a few calls and we'll call it a day. But trust me, it is a serious matter on this day. Schools administrators, Ministry of Education, pastor, praying mother.
Y'all wake up.
Y'all wake up. Because we need the good and the bad ones. Coming out tomorrow, y'all feel bad. You know, call you can report. Good morning.
Mr. Bruce, and good morning, Mr. Ambassador.
You're welcome.
Mr. Moses Sion, go ahead.
This morning from my community. You know, anytime you go talking about this drugs business, sometimes I lie down or I sit down and I begin to shed tears. Seeing some of your siblings that you know that are coming up right, then in short period of time you see them that you don't even want to record how to call it, to even identify yourself with them, you have to bend your head down.
Yeah, you running.
Secondly, since I was victimized by DEA in this country, that I was beating free somebody who have never gone near drugs before. I don't know if they fight against drugs. I don't really see it that those people very will go for the rightful people. Because if you look at somebody that you were just beat them since that time, Weekie have been suffering with sickness. I have never been over home with sickness, I've been over home. But today I still on my knee and praying to God every day for my brothers and sisters that are over that I have been beaten up. There's something you spoke of earlier. Okay, how will you see somebody in the community? You don't know what they are doing, but you see them living a lavish life. So now, as I know somebody or guys, Saturday you will see them, cruising, but I keep asking, monitoring them every time, but I don't see the kind of work they are doing. But sometimes we don't get the kind of security methods to really know what those who are doing.
The screening, the poor constantly, I can see it in there.
I go with them, as people always preaching the good of this country. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're live.
Good morning, Tomato, and the Ambassador.
Good morning, Rizzo.
Thank you for the regulation. I'm here with Mr. Resident for the family. This morning. Well, there are great complete discussion this morning about this job. You can find our DEA officers, some of them are suspended during the past weekend. We have ground team again into this particular weekend. And absolutely, they are suspended, they are spared them, not even suspended, they are spared some of them from the borough counties.
Yeah, investigated and can say there's rope.
Yes, they took them for the force. But now we have seen resources. So how will we find it come? Because there was some reason why they took them for the security force. But now we see them back, and it's just still calculated. So we very talk to our father, Ambassador Joseph Jima Bata, to really focus on the drug enforcement agency. They will restructure the place for the drugs. Thank you this morning for the time.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good morning.
Don't hold the lines.
Yeah. They didn't want anything about almost the whole month.
You will get there.
We will be explaining these things. And we will break down schools, how parents should evaluate schools, how to send your children to the kind of school. Because some of the schools, they don't care, they only want money.
Yeah.
The children go there, they get messed up. You pay $500 for whole year of a semester for your child, then you pay almost 10,000 to rehabilitate the person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Weekie, and good morning to now. This is totally wrong. You know, the topic is touching that one making the call.
Yeah, but you gotta hear your call, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, it's affecting me.
Yeah, you know how they.
Yeah, very. It's affecting me. It's affecting me. Because if you look around my vicinity, there are a lot of you picking up this question. People taking it as joke. It's a joke. Understand that this is only Weekie for God's sake. The thing just destroys people and it looks like a benefit. The benefit of all of what coming from society, all of what they do stop. I'm telling you a living story. These are areas that the president needs to really see and invest money to forgive. Can you imagine you see what God did on the next money and we don't talk about this being the billion roll that was $75 a year. You put up on a couple of men, make that for men. I guess $1,000 or $2,000 a year for you. What would you do to that man, Weekie?
And the president also needs to look around some of the people that he got in the fight to make sure that these things happen. They left out very bad.
Yeah.
Good example.
They no good example. They even supporting his over there on the street.
I'm telling you, that imagine we get getting a little bit of this place at the end of you.
No, can't pay for your time.
Nobody have to hold you one time.
Pay for your time. Good morning, go ahead.
I won't talk.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate you for this league program. You see, this issue of drugs, government need to empower every community. Because the issue of drugs is mainly central in the community. We know that at the various entry point when it comes to Ola, drugs are coming from different places. But the people, the end user of the drugs are in the community. And our friends who have friends who.
Wow, you're going off the line. We did not cut you off. So let's take the final caller. Good morning.
A pleasant good morning to you guys.
Yeah, would you get?
Thank you for the exclusive recognition. I thought to add my voice to the many voices out there to see reason for us to rejuvenate the fight against the jobs. Within that from my own little survey, I think almost every home in this country is infected.
Yeah.
Yes, even I myself speaking, I am not a student, so we need to fight the jobs with reassuring that we should not use politics in it.
Yeah, this thing should not this is not nobody project. That bring people fight.
So in terms of even the government can even allow the people or houses to even be searched at any time, even their cars at any time. I think we have to reduce that because most of the time, I mean, I gave a question. There was a guy who was driving for NGO for 7 times. Someone went to him, I get 20,000. I went to jump to my job, I don't want to pay risks. But the guy said, I'll give you money. The man increased it to 40,000. I got received 40,000. I went to him when they go around for my back. 4-hour L car came. They put it inside. It was the end of the day. That's the result. So we need to be serious about it because it's affecting almost everybody.
Okay.
We don't want to reach that point. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay. Thank you. We'll continue with the education on tomorrow. We want to keep talking about these things, and we'll be talking about education as well. Schools are closed. Some of the schools, got facilities that can actually accommodate that with your children that will be secure. So you will have to walk around. You can see some of the environment and what they are offering. They got. There are a lot of things. Let us then to do our own thorough research and search for places that can secure and prepare our children for a better future tomorrow. Let us not just turn them loose because we just want them to go to school. I tell them say, and you go to school, you will know how to put. Look, when you reach a level for people to know you, they will know you. Yeah, friend, go to school. You still can be known. But that's how I would like to draw the curtains on the edition of the morning. Right? We'll talk to you on tomorrow by the special grace of the Almighty God. Liberia, let's fight these things together and take politics out of it. Until then, I'd like to say thank you. I'm Weekie Brooks.
I'm Nathaniel. Check it out.
Thank you, Amdi Gamayo, for being here this morning.
Along with my caucus members, today we are all here. If not all 7, please tell Colin if you are here. The 2 senators, all of the representatives. We are representing this program. While it is true we came here to dedicate this project, but we want to use this medium, Mr. President, to formally or informally petition you on behalf of the people of Lofa County. Because that's what the Constitution provides. The 300,000+ people cannot speak for themselves. They must pass it through us. And that's why they elected us. And we have built serious consultations along with our chiefs and elders, opinion leaders. That we have nothing in Lofa County, Mr. President. Our only major